Well, when Premier Dr. Popero Matuba came into office, she came in with a lot of zeal and energy, and we've seen that in the past 7 months. We've seen her activate different activities such as the Khere Khere Wednesdays, the Tourism Thursdays, and the Inwamati Fridays. Now, Mr. Olin, let's focus in on the Wednesday. We've heard Dr. Ndo speaking about the floods that we've experienced as a province, and that may have set us back in terms of roads infrastructure. Going forward, we know that these floods are possible every tropical rain season, these December to March, February, March every year. What can be done in taking us forward to encourage road infrastructure and to encourage investment from outside?
Yeah. And I think there's a combination of roads, provincial roads, municipal roads that may be involved and will be involved certainly in some of these projects that are coming through. One of the things that we have spoken and seen a lot of or heard a lot of is the district development model. That is something that is meant to integrate, because often you fix a road and you build it for 5 kilometers, but there is no linkage onwards to be able to take it on to the provincial side or to the municipal side. So the same applies for roads that need to be refurbished, need to be upgraded, because every so often those roads must be part of a program. So I think what is really needed is to have a maintenance program that is presided upon across the province, across municipalities, and that is not a reactive but a proactive planned maintenance program that is put forward. The other aspect of it is that in the fiscus there's also guidelines of how much should be set aside for repairs and maintenance, and that is something that must also be taken very seriously. If it's X percent, that percentage of money should also be tied in with the procurement programs and get into the wheels and planning of government to be able to drive the upgrades, to drive the maintenance of those particular roads. So I think those programs should not always be in isolation. To think one municipality will say this is my own program and so on, but there must be integration and planning of those programs. And I think one of the things that the Premier perhaps have seen in other areas is the ability to create task teams that have huddled around a particular issue. For instance, the water crisis, but in this case the roads require that kind of effort and impetus to create a team that says this is what we are doing.
Sure.
And I suppose the fact that it's given days of the week, in that day of the week, maybe some of the people may wake up dreaming how things are going to be done better. Yeah. But I think those programs need to be packaged in such a way that everyone is mobilized. It's not just a program of a select few or the problem of that particular municipality, but it's something that must become institutionalized so that it becomes part and parcel of how government does things. And we hope that that is then the culture that rubs off, so that even after this administration, the next administration, continues in a way that is rhythmic and is integrated and is collaborative and brings all of those apparatus of government, from the budgets to the procurement systems, to even sourcing of additional capacity into one fold. And that's how we believe that the Premier can energize service delivery.
Sure. Prof. Goma, allow me to take us back a little bit into the time capsule. When the previous Premier came in 2013, it was because the government was trying to fix things, take over from different departments that had been put under administration because of the failure to manage the fiscal properly. We can characterize that administration until the 7th administration as one of restoration and rebuilding. What, in your sense, are we looking at in terms of this administration? What characterizes this administration and the responsibility and role and mandate that it has going forward to serve the people of Limpopo?
Yes, thanks, Margaret. So we know that today the Premier, she's going to in part align her address with the pronouncements made by President Ramaphosa in his State of the Nation address 2 weeks ago. The President did mention that they now have developed the medium-term development plan, which is a 5-year plan that is going to shape the work of the national government under the GAU.
Yeah.
Of course, we know that once the President has delivered the State of the Nation address, it's now up to the provincial premiers to then look at how best to align the provincial strategic priorities with what has been pronounced by the President. In part, the medium-term development plan says ours is to develop an inclusive economy and job creation, and also to look at the issue of tackling poverty and also the cost of living. And very important, developing an ethical, developmental, and capable state. So this is what we expect from the 7th administration, that going forward we'll now begin to see high levels of professionalism and also ensuring that the issue of unspent municipal infrastructure grants comes to an end. Because the issues that Mielani has touched on around road infrastructure, water challenges, the money is there. It has been allocated. But as the Auditor General has said many times in her reports, that they are a bit reactive, they can't perfect project management disciplines. One, to ensure that projects are implemented within time, the budget, and also at the right quality. So let's see this movement at the level of the Premier, of course, setting the tone. And I like the fact that she's very clear around that. This is what she said even last year at the opening of the
Emboldened by the overwhelming majority as given by the citizens of Limpopo, the 7th administration hit the ground running, led by the first woman premier. The team is gender and age balanced, consisting of 5 women MECs and 5 males, with the youngest being 36 years old. In the province of Limpopo, there is no service provision program that defines the 7th administration like Dikherekhere Wednesdays. Through intention and attitude, Dikherekhere describes the slogan, Dilo di Chenchite, as espoused by the Premier of Limpopo, Dr. Popira Matuba. The program aims to revitalize the province's road infrastructure through blading, regraveling, and debushing. Given that most of the roads are gravel and the provincial purse focusing on the upgrade of roads from gravel to tar is inadequate, this intervention is essential, ensuring that roads remain in good, drivable conditions. The maintenance of the integrated road infrastructure not only ensures safe road usage, but also facilitates socio-economic development in the province. The iconic Steelpoort Steel Bridge showcases the magic of public-private partnership in steering development. The province was able to pool resources in partnership with the following mining companies: Rakoma Mining Resources, Dwarsrivier Chrome Mine, Glencore, Rustenburg Platinum, Semenco Chrome, Boysendal Platinum, Jade Platinum, and Two Rivers Platinum. The new bridge, located adjacent to the old historical steel bridge in Ramalikane village, Sekhukhune district, has become a beacon of optimism for the people of Limpopo. The bridge, which replaces the single-lane bridge into a double-lane two-carriage structure, will bring much-needed relief and ease the traffic congestion that has been a thorn in the lives of residents for decades. The Malikane Bridge is almost completed, and motorists have already started to enjoy the seamless driving experience on the new double-carriage bridge. Achieving a remarkable pass rate increase of 35.1 percentage points makes Hanyane Secondary a symbol of what can be achieved when a school, community, and other educational partners come together. The remarkable transformation of Hanyane Secondary School in the rural village of Hanyane outside Thohoyandou is making the entire community shine with pride following the release of the 2024 matric results. The school leapfrogged from a 57% matric pass rate in 2023 to 92.1% in 2024. The outstanding improvement was not an overnight success, but rather a collaborative effort by the school governing body, the principal, staff, and the University of Johannesburg's transformative UJ for Societal Impact project, which reimagined and unlocked the school's potential. The 4 billion rand Provincial Academic Hospital will see residents of Limpopo stop traveling long distance to Gauteng to receive tertiary health services. The 488-bed hospital will provide over 20 services, which will include, among others, all disciplines of surgery, trauma, burns, oncology, gynecology, neonatal care, pediatrics, and emergency medicine. A significant construction progress is noticeable across all boards, and the hospital is on course to meet the 2028 completion deadline. The construction has created several jobs and business opportunities for small and medium enterprises. The state-of-the-art theatre is being built near Bakone Malapa Open Air Museum and will have various facilities, including its own township development, restaurants, a dance studio, bookshop, and library. The modern theatre will have a main hall seating 600, a secondary hall for 200, and is estimated to be completed by February 2026. The provincial theatre will be the epicenter for showcasing Limpopo's cultural heritage and talents, as well as advance artistic development and stimulate the economy by creating jobs and business opportunities across different sectors.
Deliver, because I know that most of them still want to go back to office. So there is only one way back. The only one way back is
Emboldened by the overwhelming majority as given by the citizens of Limpopo, the 7th administration hit the ground running, led by the first woman premier. The team is gender and age balanced, consisting of 5 women MECs and 5 males, with the youngest being 36 years old. In the province of Limpopo, there is no service provision program that defines the 7th administration like Dikherekhere Wednesdays. Through intention and attitude, Dikherekhere describes the slogan, Dilo di Tšhentšhitše, as espoused by the Premier of Limpopo, Dr. Popi Ramathuba. The program aims to revitalize the province's road infrastructure through blading, regraveling, and debushing. Given that most of the roads are gravel and the provincial purse focusing on the upgrade of roads from gravel to tar is inadequate, this intervention is essential, ensuring that roads remain in good, drivable conditions. The maintenance of the integrated road infrastructure not only ensures safe road usage, but also facilitates socio-economic development in the province. The iconic Steelpoort Steel Bridge showcases the magic of public-private partnership in steering development. The province was able to pool resources in partnership with the following mining companies: Rakoma Mining Resources, Dwars Rivier Chrome Mine, Glencore, Rustenburg Platinum, Semenco Chrome, Boysendal Platinum, Jade Platinum, and Two Rivers Platinum. The new bridge, located adjacent to the old historical steel bridge in Ramalikane village, Sekhukhune district, has become a beacon of optimism for the people of Limpopo. The bridge, which replaces the single-lane bridge into a double-lane two-carriage structure, will bring much-needed relief and ease the traffic congestion that has been a thorn in the lives of residents for decades. The Malikane Bridge is almost completed, and motorists have already started to enjoy the seamless driving experience on the new double-carriage bridge. Achieving a remarkable pass rate increase of 35.1 percentage points makes Hanyane Secondary a symbol of what can be achieved when a school, community, and other educational partners come together. The remarkable transformation of Hanyane Secondary School in the rural village of Hanyane outside Thohoyandou is making the entire community shine with pride following the release of the 2024 matric results. The school leapfrogged from a 57% matric pass rate in 2023 to 92.1% in 2024. The outstanding improvement was not an overnight success, but rather a collaborative effort by the school governing body, the principal, staff, and the University of Johannesburg's transformative UJ for Societal Impact project, which reimagined and unlocked the school's potential. The 4 billion rand Provincial Academic Hospital will see residents of Limpopo stop traveling long distance to Gauteng to receive tertiary health services. The 488-bed hospital will provide over 20 services, which will include, among others, all disciplines of surgery, trauma, burns, oncology, gynecology, neonatal care, pediatrics, and emergency medicine. A significant construction progress is noticeable across all boards, and the hospital is on course to meet the 2028 completion deadline. The construction has created several jobs and business opportunities for small and medium enterprises. The state-of-the-art theatre is being built near Bakoni Malapa Open Air Museum and will have various facilities, including its own township development, restaurants, a dance studio, bookshop, and library. The modern theatre will have a main hall seating 600, a secondary hall for 200, and is estimated to be completed by February 2026. The Provincial Theatre will be the epicenter for showcasing Limpopo's cultural heritage and talents, as well as advance artistic development and stimulate the economy by creating jobs and business opportunities across different sectors.
virtual thing now. We are about to start with the official program, the day that we've been waiting for. We're here to celebrate SOPA 2025. Limpopo is the province. I want you to take a closer look at how they are mark timing. This is just the law enforcement showcasing the discipline, the order that is within our organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, bahulu baka, we are no more doing a dry run. We are about to start with the official program.
Number 5 forward. Forward. Number 6 forward. Chidi forward. Chidi forward. Aka traffic forward. Front rank. Front rank. Hey! Follow. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Ready. Follow. 4, 5, 6, 7, follow.
Ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, those that are supposed to be inside the chamber, please make your way in. The premier is here. We are officially starting the program. Good morning. Goeiemorgen. Dumelang. Sanbonani. Molweni. Abusheni. Ndimacheroni. A hearty word of welcome to the opening of Limpopo Legislature. I am Warrant Officer Shai. Ladies and gentlemen, please switch off all cell phones and lower all umbrellas for the duration of the ceremony. An announcement will be made when the functionary of the event, the Premier of Limpopo Province, Keida Dr. Poppy Ramatuba, and her entourage arrive. You will be requested to rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the Premier of Limpopo Province, Dr. Poppy Ramatuba, and her entourage have arrived. Please rise.
Attention!
Ladies and gentlemen, the general salute will now be rendered, and only the functionary, the Premier of Limpopo Province, Dr. Poppy Ramathuba, will acknowledge the salute. Parade Commander, please.
Honor! General salute! Salute! Honor! Stand at this!
Thank you, Premier. Ladies and gentlemen, the Premier of Limpopo, Dr. Poppy Ramathuba, will now inspect the parade. Premier, please.
Honor! Attention!
Thank you, Premier. Ladies and gentlemen, the general salute will now be rendered, and only the functionary, the Premier of Limpopo, Dr. Poppy Ramathuba, will acknowledge the salute. Parade Commander, please.
Order! Yeah, General, salute! Salute!
Thank you, Premier. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem will be rendered. All men in civilian clothes will remove their headdresses, and all police officials in uniform will salute. Parade Commander, please.
Order! Attention!
I thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the parade will now perform the final compliment in a form of a march pass. The march pass will only be acknowledged by the Premier of Limpopo, Dr. Poppy Ramathuba. The Premier will descend the stage after the march pass. Parade Commander, please.
Attention! Order! We McCain! Order!
the State of the Province address to the people of the province. I will now go to acknowledge the guests. I must state it upfront that if you are not acknowledged, don't feel like you are not welcome. It might happen that by the time the guest list was completed, maybe the confirmation might not have been arrived. So all of you are only welcome, but let me acknowledge the following guests for today's event. It is my honor to welcome you, Premier of the Province of Limpopo, Honorable Dr. Popero Matuba, and Mimera Matuba, who is your guest today. Our mother is warmly welcome, Joshua. Let me also take this opportunity to welcome the Deputy Speaker of the Limpopo Legislature, Honorable Tebo Mambrobela, and the family. Let me also welcome my family, Manamela and Makupech family, you are warmly welcomed. I welcome here the Minister in the Presidency, Honorable Mayor Maruping Ramohopa, the Deputy Minister of COPTA, Honorable Dr. Namane Dixon Masemula, and all members of Parliament here with us today, you are most welcome. Members of the Executive of the Province present here today, you are welcome. The Chief Whip of Limpopo Legislature, Honorable Fonyana, you are welcome. Leaders of the opposition parties in Limpopo, and as well, the leader of the opposition, Kadima Paulo, you are warmly welcome. Members of the National Council of Provinces and your partners, Honorable Judge, President of Limpopo Division of the High Court, Justice Mulej Dotpabdugi, and your partner, you are warmly welcome. We as well welcome all members of justice present today. Her Majesty Queen Mujaji, the seventh of the Mujaji Queenship, accompanied by Professor Matole Mutseha, and your delegation, you are welcome. The Mujaji, you are warmly welcome. Her Majesty Acting King of Bapedi Kingdom, Me Nyaku Tulare, and your delegation, we welcome you. Chairperson of Limpopo House of Traditional Leaders, Ndabezi Ta Hosingobe, and the Deputy Chair, Hoshira Mupudu, le committee ya lena ifelelechi le di region tša yona re a le amogela. Congress of Traditional Leaders in Limpopo, your entire delegation is welcome. This occasion is graced by a number of our senior traditional leaders. I will only mention that were able to be acknowledged as and when they take the accreditation. Khoshi Mloto, Khoshi Ledwaba, Khoshi Dikhale, Khoshi Maila, Khoshi Matlangu, Khoshi Tobejani, Khoshi Adik Lekalakala. Mano wa ina Ndabezi Ta Osingwa Mitwa amkela. Tobela Ramoba, Tobela Mpapudi, Tobela Masia, and Tobela Ntabalala. Nabona botanganedziwa. Limpopo Provincial Commissioner of Police, Lieutenant General Mayor Khadebe, but as well it will be important for me to acknowledge Major General Skiepers, who spent the whole week working with him. We welcome him, and the entire team is welcome. Heads of Chapter 9 and 10 institutions in Limpopo, in our midst we acknowledge former Public Service Commissioner and our veteran, Ntate George Mashamba. You are warmly welcome. He was as well a member of this house. The Director General of the province, Tate Napin Chabeleng, and your heads of departments, the Secretary of Limpopo Legislature, Dr. Tim Make, and Team Limpopo Legislature, welcome. Representative of the national departments and public entities in the Limpopo province, former premiers, MECs, speakers, and deputy speakers today, we welcome former premier of this province, the first premier of the province in 1994, Advocate Wakura Matlodi. You are welcome, our premier. Former Speaker of the Limpopo Legislature, Memiram Ramadwa Ralamorel. Former Deputy Speaker of Limpopo Legislature, Ambassador Azwindini Jeremia Dingani Ndo Ralamorel. And former First Lady, Miss Matale Mayor Mohadi Matale, the wife of former Premier Honorable Castle Matale, who's currently the Deputy Minister of Police, former chairperson of committees and former members of the Limpopo Legislature, you're welcome. Chairperson, Chief Executive Officers of public entities in Limpopo, executive and local mayors in the province, all executive mayors, you are warmly welcome. All mayors of the 22 local municipalities in the province, you are welcome. Our host mayor of Lepelle-Nkumbi local municipality, Councillor Dr. Miriam Molala, and your entire PMT and the executive, Reale Amorel. District and local speakers in the whole province. We as well welcome the Speaker of Lepelle-Nkumbi, Major Councillor Joyce Nkwabela, Secretary of Limpopo African National Congress, Musanda Ruben Madaji, you are welcome. And we as well welcome all leaders of political parties that are here, especially those that are represented in the legislature. Veterans, Ntate Rapolo, Mema Item Kwana Mashabane, our former minister, she's a member of the Veterans League in the province, you are warmly welcome. Leaders of COSATO and all labor unions, leaders of SANCO, organizations of people with disability and other civil societies. We've got bishops that are here. I might not be able to read all of them, but we as well have representatives from our biggest churches, the ZCC and St. Engenas churches, the South African Council of Churches, led by Bishop Sikwari of Elksa, and all Baruti Balisepelang Lebona. We welcome Archbishop Molepo, Archbishop Sekhala, Dean Machaga, Reverend Nema Ukwe, Le Baruti Kamoka Babalengon. We as well welcome the heads of higher education institutions and their delegation, but specifically we welcome the delegation of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Limpopo, led by Professor Mutiba and Professor Dr. A.B. Nwebe, but as well they're accompanied by Professor Kwela as well as Professor Koma, who are with us here in the sitting. We also welcome Miss Teenager South Africa, Miss Pearl Matebula. You are welcome, Ceci, to be with us today. We welcome the business community, the media fraternity, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, comrades, ladies and gentlemen, and all people of Limpopo province who are listening to us via various radio stations, watching us via various TV channels, and via social media platforms. We welcome all of you. Today is a very big day for the people of the province of Limpopo, and everyone in this province and beyond are eagerly waiting to hear from the Premier's address. But anyway, those that have not welcomed by names, feel welcome. This is your home today, the Limpopo Legislature. Honorable members, let me take this opportunity to invite the Premier of Limpopo Province, Honorable Dr. Popira Matuba, to deliver the State of the Province address. Honorable Premier, the podium is yours.
Honorable Speaker of the Legislature, Honorable Membakoma Makurupeche, our Deputy Speaker, Honorable Metebogo Mamrobela, members of the Executive Council, honorable members of the Legislature, permanent delegates of the NCOP, Chief Whip of our Legislature, members of the National Assembly present here. I've noted the Deputy Minister, Dixon Semula, Judge President of Limpopo Division of the High Court, and other members of the judiciary, Her Royal Highness, our one and only Queen Mujaji, the 7th of the Balobedu Queenship. Her Royal Highness, Queen Manyaku Tulare, the acting king of the Bapedi Kingship. Representatives of the Mpepu Royal House of the Bavenda Kingship. Our chairperson of the Limpopo House of Traditional and Khoisan Leadership, Hosi Peningobe, and the deputy chairperson and the entire executive. Esteemed traditional leaders of note, our mother, the first female traditional leader to be recognized, Osingwambitwa Wabumbiri. Your worships, the executive mayors, and also all councillors who are present here, representative of the ZCC Church, the Zion Christian Church, representative of the St. Agnes ZCC Church, the leadership of the governing party, my organization, the African National Congress, in present today, as led by Vamsanda Boruben Madaji, leaders of the opposition political parties, former MPs and MPLs, the founding premier of this legislature, Advocate Mwakura Mahlodi, you are also recognized. Our Director General and all heads of departments, stalwarts and veterans of our struggle, Provincial Commissioner of the South African Police Services, heads of Chapter 9 and 10 institutions, the leadership of our faith-based communities, as led also, I've noted a number of bishops and archbishops that I will not mention by names, but the leadership of the South African Council of Churches, the leadership of organized business and labor, youth, women, and community leaders, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, and all the people of our vibrant, beautiful People's Garden of Eden, Limpopo Province, Nrendi Macheroni, Thobela, Abusheni, Slochile, Goeiemorgen, good morning. Today, I stand before you not merely as the premier of this vibrant province, but also as a custodian of our shared dreams and our shared aspiration, and also of our collective future. As we gathered in this esteemed chamber, let me first acknowledge the rich tapestry of our heritage that weaves through the very fabric of Limpopo, where the tributaries of Palala, of Mogalakwena, of Sand, of Mutare, of Chingwezi, and of the Lipelle rivers accompany the majestic Limpopo River into the Indian Ocean, nurturing the land and the spirit of our people. Honorable Speaker, we took our time last week to pay our last respects to members of the South African National Defense Force following their tragic loss in the Democratic Republic of Congo almost a month ago. 8 of those are from our province, Limpopo. Allow me to begin with a rather profound sense of sorrow and of solidarity, honoring their families for the sacrifice their sons have made. We would like to thank the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President and Head of State, His Excellency, Mr. Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, for having given these sons the highest honor befitting their bravery, full military funeral with honors. Equally so, we want to thank you, Mr. President, for ensuring that all those who sustained injuries are evacuated safely back home to receive reliable and high-level quality medical care. We once more wish them speedy and full recovery. As we honor the memory of the departed, let us reaffirm our commitment to the ideals they fought for, a peaceful, united Africa, where every nation can flourish. Their bravery will forever be etched in our hearts, serving as a reminder of the vital role we all play in promoting peace and stability in pursuit of our goal of building a better Africa and a just world. Honorable members, we are standing here to deliver our first State of the Province address as the 7th administration. We have spent the past 6 months crafting a delivery framework for the next 5 years. And in line with the Cabinet decision to approve the Medium-Term Development Plan, MTDP 2024 to 2029, we also reviewed our Limpopo Development Plan, LDP 2025 to 2030. The process was a participatory one, and it was very inclusive, consulting all key stakeholders, including our municipalities and also the private sector. This will form our work as the 7th administration. The LDP 2025-2030 is a strategic blueprint desired to propel our province towards a sustainable growth, economic resilience, and social upliftment. It serves as an implementation instrument of the National Development Plan, a guiding framework for provincial departments and municipalities, including the private sector, fostering collaboration across sectors to tackle the critical challenges such as unemployment, poverty, and inequality. Our focus remains that of inclusive development that uplifts all our people. We commit ourselves, Honorable Speaker, to the pursuit of inclusive growth, of job creation, and of reduction of poverty while tackling the high cost of living as we build a capable, ethical, and developmental state. In his address, in his State of the Nation address, President Matamela Ramaphosa buttressed this when he said, open quote, our most urgent task is to grow our economy so that we can create jobs, reduce poverty, and improve the lives of all South Africans. Honorable members, during my inaugural address on the 2nd of August 2024, I spoke of hope, a beacon to guide us on our journey as we navigate the turbulent waters of our socio-economic challenges. The people of Limpopo, Honorable Speaker, have once again spoken when they overwhelmingly mandated the African National Congress to continue with the work we have started 30 years ago. In thanking them, as the 7th administration, we commit to work tirelessly in making sure that the fruits of our liberation accrue to them. As we commemorate the 70 years of Freedom Charter, we will reflect on this journey while considering the landscape of our province, a tapestry woven with both challenges and triumphs. Honorable members, according to Census 2022, Limpopo's population has grown to 6.5 million people, an increase of 1.2 million since 2011. This growth brings with it added responsibilities to ensure that every citizen can thrive and enjoy the benefits of a caring government. While Limpopo's contribution to the national GDP has risen from 7.2 to 7.7%, the stark and painful reality honorable members, is that at the end of 2024, our unemployment rate stood at 31.9%. This we cannot allow to continue under our watch. The traditional way of doing things has not yielded our desired results. Our people, especially the youth, young people out there are getting impatient with us. Hence, it is time for us to kick that box and start thinking afresh. Honorable members, we've seen our province economy showing resilience in sectors like mining, government services, finance, trade, personal services, and transport. Yet we must consciously industrialize, especially in sectors such as manufacturing, agriculture, and construction, to advance inclusive growth and job creation. These sectors have the potential to elevate our growth trajectory and create employment opportunities, even for our low-skilled labor force. Honorable members, our resolve is driven by the need to see Limpopo's economy Musina Makado is his worship Imeara Bo Mawe Anana Chief. This is a start working. Honorable as a SEZ of township establishment to report that the Turkado Municipality Tribunal, the 28th of February 2024, they were well worried to finalize this matter. This approach lead to the rezoning of the land and then the site to the operator. Having had these matters attended to, we shall now direct the MEC for Provincial Treasury to release those funds that we withheld earlier for reprioritization. This will then allow Musina Makado SEZ to resume with its operation. Our next task will be to monitor and put our south side on terms to see taking shape in the 25. Unlike the Musina Makado SEZ, the Fitakgomo Tobatsi Special Economic Zone is a low-hanging fruit with potential for us to plug in. Our recent meeting with the Minister of Department and Competition resolved to finalize the process of designation of the Fitakgomo Tobatsi Special Economic Zone by doing, amongst others, stakeholder engagement. We are pleased that by the end of March 2025, the DTIC shall have concluded the designation process, opening way for the implementation of the SEZ. To date, we have already over 10 billion investment commitments, of which, if fully implemented, will translate into thousands of jobs. The groundwork is being laid through our industrial park, with the infrastructure development already underway. In partnership with Glencore Mine, through the MOU, which we recently signed, a skills development center has been established. While this is in place, we want to again direct the MEC for LEDED to facilitate the integrated skills development plan to be responsive to the SEZ program. This is not limited to economic zones. It is about cultivating a landscape where opportunities blossoms for all. Honorable members, Limpopo's investment growth and industrialization agenda is the first thread to our fabric of progress. Last year, we made a commitment that our investment conference will have to be done completely different, where the focus will not just be on pledges, but also with follow-up on pledges that are made. We are proud, Honorable Speaker, to report to your House that our fourth investment conference was a resounding success, raising up to 120 billion in pledges, far surpassing our 50 billion initial target. I would like to commend the collective efforts towards the realization of this achievement. Even more pleasing is that 60% of the recent pledges are earmarked towards renewable energy, which is a panacea to the current energy crisis. We recently signed agreements with various companies that made pledges on the margins of the 2025 mining Indaba, which was held in Cape Town. For example, the Neuromorphogenics Africa, Pty Ltd, in partnership with Mukufi Agro-Processing and Essential Oil, a local entrepreneur, they made during our conference a 9.8 billion investment pledge for Mopani solar project. Significant progress has been made so far in planning the project that will use both wind and sun to generate power, thereby Mopani Habosipikara. Solar and wind projects in Mopani are breaking ground, and mines in Fitago Mutubati are pioneering solar ventures, ensuring sustainable energy for our growing industry. The Limpopo Premier and the ambassador of the People's Republic of China to South Africa were joined by the leadership of Sino Steel Samanco TFCPV for a groundbreaking ceremony in Steelport, Tubatsi, for a solar plant in November 2024, just after the visit to China. As a reminder, this investment will have the capacity to produce 1,000 megawatts of solar photovoltaic power. However, in compliance with the applicable legislative framework, the plant is producing as a start 100 megawatts. This project is anticipated to create between 1,000 and 1,500 jobs. Honorable Speaker, while we acknowledge the current challenges we are facing regarding load reduction in some areas, we want to reassure our people of Limpopo that we are working with the Minister of Electricity and also ESCOM for us to resolve these challenges, and we will resolve these challenges, believe us. As a reminder, in 1996, only 36% of our people had access to electricity. As we speak, According to General Household Survey of 2023, 97.1% of our people have access to electricity, putting Limpopo as #1 in the country. This simple means, honorable members, that an ordinary household in a village can now charge their cell phones. They can switch on their lights and also watch their favorite soapies, whether it's Mubango or Giani, Land of Blood, or Skim Sam. Unlike in the past, honorable members, where to watch my favorite soapy, Bophelo ke Sempego of Melody ya Mogokolo Shkramankusheng, I had to go to the local store and I had to part ways with my last 2 bob in order to watch Mankusheng. Today, a child growing in Mashamba village watch in their own RDP house. Honorable member, work has already begun to ensure that the remaining 2.9% may have access to electricity in the next 2 years. During your time, Tatana Baskop Matkam, especially with the alternative energy mix that we are bringing to the fore. One of the projects launched by Minister Dr. Ramokgopa after the famous first of its kind, November 2024, President and his cabinet visit to Limpopo. It's a solar-powered energy project in the Musina municipality. 5 villages with 1,002 households in Madimbo, Mavete, Chungani, Masea, and Machena will by the end of April 2025 have access to solar electricity. This will be a game-changing experience as these communities will not only be having access to electricity for the first time in their lives, equally 5G network connectivity. The availability of these alternative energy sources will not stop the continuation of expansion of the grid. Honorable Speaker, esteemed colleagues, and the resilient people of our province, the Ministry of Electricity, in close collaboration with the Limpopo provincial government, will address the growing municipal debt and illegal electricity connection through an integrated strategy focusing on stabilizing municipal electricity businesses. Central to this partnership is the active partnering initiative, which includes comprehensive auditing and upgrading of our meters, direct billing systems linked to ESCOM, aggressive debt recovery measures, and robust infrastructure refurbishment. Additionally, a targeted program to eliminate load reduction will be piloted in the Nkowankowa within the Greater Tzaneen municipality. It has nothing to do with the speaker. This program will entail public awareness campaigns, expanding free basic electricity coverage, and a quantum to reduce the burden on indigent households, implementing smart meters and advanced metering infrastructure. Together, these interventions aim to restore the business confidence, enhance revenue management, reduce illegal connections, and significantly improve municipal service delivery, ultimately supporting local government's broader developmental mandate. Today, I stand before you with a vision that propels our province into a new era of energy empowerment and economic revitalization. In partnership with Ministry of Electricity, Limpopo is poised to become the first province in our nation to achieve universal access to energy. This ambitious goal This ambitious goal will be realized through a strategic blend of grid-connected and innovative microgrid solutions, ensuring that every household from our bustling towns to the most remote villages is illuminated with reliable and sustainable power. Our commitment does not end there, honorable members. In a groundbreaking initiative, we've identified 3 municipalities. The first one being Maruleng, the second one being Elias Mutswaledi, and of course, my very own baby Tabazimbi, as pioneers in municipal energy security. These municipalities, in collaboration with the provincial government and the Ministry of Electricity, will spearhead the development of their own generation schemes, utilizing cutting-edge renewable energy technologies. This endeavor will ensure municipality reduce their reliance on bulk service providers, which will lower the cost burden of bulk electricity costs. This initiative is not merely about powering homes, but it is, of course, about igniting local economies. It's about enhancing the quality of supply and also making energy more affordable for all of us. By embracing these transformative projects, we're not only addressing the immediate energy needs of our community, but also laying the foundation for a sustainable development and economic growth. Together, we are lighting up Limpopo's path to a brighter, more prosperous future for every citizen. A commitment noted from this house last year was that ESCOM was going to build new transmission lines that will also help accommodate renewable energy across our province. Honorable members, I'm proud to report that our City of Stars, Polokwane, has recently been graded to level 6. This means that our ideal of getting a metro, the Deputy Minister is here, it's within reach. The reality, he's here, he's taking the notes. The reality is that our city is growing and it's requiring bulk infrastructure support like electricity. It is against this background that we welcome progress made thus far of the construction of 400 kilovolts line connecting Midupi Power Station to Polokwane. To date, since we pronounced 150 kilometers of the total 220 have already been constructed. You can go and see them. There are other 400 kV lines that are still in development. One is in Jerere, the other one at Buruto, Slimela, not forgetting the Fosco Spencer, and again Fosco Marensky, including Liseding. They are anticipated to complete all of them by 2029. So, Honorable Speaker, we've also spoken about agriculture and said it is a backbone of our existence as Limpopo. We also acknowledge that while most of our communities can sustain themselves off the land, it is ideal that we put the land to good use by adding the commercial element in our operations. In our opening address in 2024, we committed to implement the Integrated Emerging Farmer Support Program. To that effect, we also invited Ms. Wendy Mushar, a mother who raised the children by selling vegetables from a backyard garden. We used her as an example at that time that Limpopo remains the leading province in terms of people who can work the land without the land. Today, we again invited Ms. Wendy Mushar as a special guest to the Premier. This time around, we want her to be a testimony of our last year commitment towards supporting emerging farmers. Through the departmental support, Ms. Wendy Mushag, who was operating from a backyard garden, is now operating in a 20-hectare land. Within the 6 months' time, she has been able to expand and diversify her farming. She's no longer operating from vegetables alone. She's now included poultry and livestock farming. She managed to create as a start 4 jobs. We are saying this to showcase that we are not men and women of empty words, but of tangible commitments. Me Wendy, they might think I'm lying. Where are you? Where is she? Oh, they will think, yes, there she is. Wendy, it's one of those who has proven to us that Limpopo people can work the land without the land. Now that we've given her the land, look what she has done to that land. So give people the land, they will work the land. Honorable Speaker, today we take a moment to also reflect on another success story. While it's different from Wendy, but it's a story of achievement in our nation, particularly in Limpopo, where we have this remarkable story to share. We invited also a founder of Sampada Private Equity. This is a young black entrepreneur to inspire fellow black entrepreneurs, highlighting that with determination, anything is possible. The COVID-19 pandemic served as a pivotal moment, emphasizing the need for food security and resilient system. Sampada, on the other hand, used the challenge as an opportunity to transition from building malls to sustainable farming, producing strawberries for export, a black young, producing strawberries for export to Dubai, to Saudi Arabia, and Bahrain, all run by a dedicated team of young black women. Agree, MEC Sebanda Kekar. It is during this period where the founder, Mr. Bafedile Mafulukele, and his business partner embarked also on cattle farming venture. Starting with just a mere 27 cattle, today they manage over 3,000 cattle and have expanded their irrigation from 15 to 300 hectares. Sampada is on track to becoming the largest 100% black-owned red meat producer in Limpopo, creating over 300 jobs. This success, honorable members, this success story exemplifies that we can achieve what we can be achieved through commitment, what we can achieve through hard work, and also through resilience without any sense of entitlement. Our integrated emerging farmer support program has supported 14,939 farmers across various commodities. 10 smallholder farmers have been identified for commercialization program during the 7th administration. On our last year, we'll bring them, you'll see them. We are committed to assisting smallholder farmers in accessing markets and enhancing their productivity. Hence, to date, 139 agribusinesses have been assisted with marketing services. The last time we were here, honorable members, we made a clarion call for establishment of agro-processing plants within the province. It is in this connection that we are pleased to report that a yogurt processing plant shall be established here in Polokwane, and a beef abattoir shall be constructed in Mokopong in the foreseeable future. The relevant two MECs will give details on these two projects during their budget votes. The Department of Agriculture and Rural Development has advanced the implementation of the revitalization of agriculture and agro-processing value chain plan, focusing on various agricultural sectors to boost production and support Limpopo Development Plan. Honorable Speaker, I must be honest, it pains me every time I drive past the once renowned Zebediela citrus farm, seeing it in its hollow state, failing to rise from the ashes. This is despite our recent intervention, where 7 boreholes were drilled and a master plan was completed, with expectations of fruit production as committed previously in this August House, yet not much has materialized to date. Honorable members, our diagnosis is very clear. It is that there are challenges within the Community Property Association. And we have to work together to deal with this because it's taking us backwards. Hence, we have decided to elevate the matter to our relevant national ministry because in terms of the law, they are having the full mandate on Community Property Association. We seek their intervention because we want to restore Zebediela Dinamune. 6 months ago, we also made an undertaking that we shall work on resolving the challenges facing LEBOWAKGOMO chicken abattoir and Mashashane hatchery. We can now report back that all outstanding infrastructure challenges have been resolved by LEADER and the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, both of them, they've worked together and they've committed to me that we are now at advanced stage for their operationalization. There have been setbacks also because of vandalism in the broiler houses that were anticipated to supply. These setbacks mean that the people of Lepelle Nkumpi, who were meant to be employed, they are still unemployed. And they are the ones who vandalize this infrastructure. We would like to implore the community to take the responsibility of protecting these facilities, which are aimed at making sure we create jobs for our people, especially the young that are getting impatient with us. Our 2 MECs have intervened and they are monitoring the situation closely. And we are hoping their intervention will result in operationalization of the project sooner than later. But without your support as a community, this project will never be realized. Honorable Speaker, we are also planning to expand macadamia and avocado farming both in Wembe and in Mopani district. In Wembe, Thulamela municipality, Senzi Avomex farming, and in the Mopani, Tzanini, greater municipality, the Makhoba, Africa. Regarding vegetable production, the department will support 37 projects across the province. Amongst them, it's Tanani Matiko Disabled and Multipurpose, it's Modikwa Farming, it's Motlakamo Sume Cooperative, it's Mwanedi Ablution, and Mazed. The support will come through the development of irrigation system, of water reservoirs, and pack sheds across various farms by March 2026. Initiatives to support red meat production includes improving water storage, fencing, and animal handling facility across these various projects to enhance livestock management. Honorable members, we are also planning on hosting our very own provincial agricultural expo to promote investment in high-valued crops and acquiring mechanism equipment to assist farmers with infrastructure development during this coming financial year. We can't be a province that is strong in agriculture, but not having the agricultural expo. Part of our work as the provincial government is to support our SMMEs as they play a critical role in job creation. To this effect, we've put in place the integrated SMME and cooperative development plan as we made an undertaking in this house previously. We have also established the SMME support fund with a ring-fenced budget. Sadly, we must be honest, we have encountered a serious underperformance MEC debt over the last 3 years with disbursement of loans to SMMEs. Amongst others, reasons that were provided are that prospective clients are not meeting set qualification criteria, which is unacceptable. We are directing MEC for LEDED to work with the agency leader to review all the criteria. You create the criteria and you use the criteria to say why you are not delivering on your target. It doesn't make sense. Leader, you must fulfill one of your key mandates, which is supporting SMMEs. On the brighter note, and as per our commitment, 30% of our procurement spend has been ring-fenced for SMMEs and cooperatives. The target set for SMMEs spend is 70%, and as per the LDP. But we must also proudly indicate to say by the end of third quarter of the current financial year, we had achieved 60% spend. That is for our provincial government. Honorable members, inclusive economy means that we must increase our support to small enterprises, to our entrepreneurs and to our cooperatives, with focus mainly on women, especially in our case, Limpopo, rural women, the youth, and people with disability. We are therefore directing the economic cluster to devise implementing mechanism that will improve the participation of all these designated groups in the economic activities of our province. In any case, this is in line with our manifesto as the governing party, the African National Congress, and we dare not fail. Honorable members, you will be pleased to know that for the period 2024, April 2024 to January 2025, as a province, we have achieved a 30-day invoice payment compliance rate of 99.78%, placing us among the top 2 provinces in the country. This, we believe, has a greater impact on how we continue to support business and grow the economy of this province. This is one, at some stage we were at 67%. I know I was in health there. We are now at 99.78%. 6 months ago, we committed to continue with the work of revitalization of our industrial parks through maximum utilization of our entities. We are well on course to make sure that this is also achieved. Honorable members, as we finalize our LDP 2025-2030, we acknowledge that infrastructure planning and program management with specific focus on water, roads, energy and sanitation are vital for supporting economic development. We acknowledge that water access in Limpopo has regressed to 64.2%, leaving 35.8% household of our people without this necessity. The growing population is adding into the burden of ailing water infrastructure across municipalities. In our 2024 address, we committed to ensure that functional provincial water task team to coordinate implementation of provincial water intervention strategy will be established. The Provincial Water Task Team, with its technical working committee under the leadership of Office of the Premier, has since been established. To date, a draft working document has been presented to the mayors for their inputs. Follow-up district roadshows will be held with mayors and the MEC for Cooperative Governance, Human Settlement and Traditional Affairs. MEC Makamu will be doing those roadshows. In addition, having declared war on inadequate access to water for our people, we have started with targeted intervention where a war room to support water services authority has been created, and it is currently fully functional. As a matter of fact, we've started with Polokwane municipality and shall continue to apply the same strategy across all water services authorities. We acknowledge, honorable members, that the increase of 1.2 million in population has not been met with same in terms of infrastructure development. Unfortunately, our hashtag Hinomati Fridays campaign, which was meant to accelerate water provision to our people, has not yet materialized to the level where we want it to be. It is for that reason that we'll work tirelessly with our water boards, with Department of Water and Sanitation, with water services authorities, in particular our municipalities, to find solutions for water needs. DWS is currently implementing a number of projects, including the raising of the Tsanin Dam wall, which is currently at 40%, while the pipeline from Nandoni Dam to Nsani Dam has been completed, supplying water to Giani as needed. The remainder of the work to make people of Giani to have access to water is at reticulation phase by the Mupani District Municipality. Honorable Speaker, since our last visit in September 2024, when we launched the Hinomati Fridays at Homo Village in Giani, significant progress has been registered. The first phase, covering 24 villages, has taken shape, with 12 villages receiving water. 7 of them reached practical completion of reticulation, and 5 are still under construction until June 2025. Your Worship, Executive Mayor Councillor Puleshai, one village at a time, and I know together we will get water to all our people. Honorable Speaker, it is a fact that roads infrastructure is a key enabler for economic development and job creation. The recent floods that has devastated our province have caused a major setback on the progress that we were making towards roads infrastructure development. Be it the Kharakara Wednesday, wherein we were prioritizing internal capacity for maintenance of our 13,500 kilometers of unpaved roads, or our hashtag Tibamikoti campaign that focused on patching potholes on the 6,500 kilometers of our tarred roads. We are, however, a resilient people that will not be deterred by such circumstances. Instead, challenges make us even more strong and navigate even better. We shall overcome. We shall repair these roads. We are going to fix those bridges in partnership with different stakeholders, including South African National Defence Force, our mining houses operating in our province, and SANRAL. We shall bridge over these troubled waters. Honorable members, I made a call to the community members to make input into my first state of the province address. Allow me, therefore, to firstly welcome some of the responses and comments on our social media platforms. Majority of them, they were emphasizing attention that is required on various roads across the province. We may not be able to respond to all the individuals' comments today, We are therefore directing the MEC for Limpopo Department of Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure to work with members of the infrastructure cluster and start prioritizing, classifying various roads in our province. Whether it's a local, it's a provincial, or it's a national road, let's start prioritizing them. This work will assist in prioritization of roads requiring urgent attention, including the type of rehabilitation needed. The MEC for Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure will elaborate further during his budget vote speech. Honorable Speaker, 6 months ago, we made a bold commitment to focus on building internal capacity with our Department of Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure. To that effect, we saw us not only celebrating the procurement and subsequent delivery of more than 300 units of Yellow Fleet, but also we welcome new recruits of plant operators and general workers who will be key towards continuous maintenance of our roads. Let me also take this opportunity to commend the sterling work done by MEC Rachweni, Pakana Hlabirwa, and your team of men and women who are working very hard to try to respond to the infrastructure challenges. Honorable members, our learners are not only being denied access to education because there are no bridges to cross the river. Equally, there are no classrooms as a result of this disaster to attend those lessons because these floods have wreaked havoc in our province. It is for that reason that we have taken a decision to establish a disaster reserve fund, which will cater for such unforeseen occurrences exacerbated by effects of climate change. The decision to establish the fund was taken by EXCO, informed by the turnaround time in the classification and declaration of disaster in terms of Disaster Management Act 57 of 2002. Not forgetting that climate change effects will be with us for a very long time. So the MEC for Finance will give details on this matter during the provincial budget speech, because not only are roads and schools requiring urgent funding, but health infrastructure, human settlement, libraries, and all other public amenities. Honorable members, after this, we must earnestly plan around strengthening our provincial disaster management center, its capacity to respond, its locations, as well as resources to enable it to respond promptly to any disaster that strikes us. Honorable members, in the spirit of renewal, we undertook a comprehensive audit of our incomplete infrastructure projects, similar to a gardener tending to a neglected garden. We have reactivated many of these dormant initiatives, breathing life into the famous Maputa Malachi Outpatient Department and Clinical Support Building, which now stands as a beacon of hope in the healthcare accessibility for the people of Wapalaburwa municipality. Many of our projects are now in full bloom, actively being implemented. However, we acknowledge that some flowers have not yet blossomed, specifically the LEBOWAKGOMO Emergency Medical Services, the PMU schools, Lemana and Tusanang schools. We call upon our dedicated team at the Department of Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure, alongside with our implementing agency, to diligently finalize an action plan to ensure that this project equally flourish. Honorable members, the Limpopo Department of Education stands as a steadfast lighthouse, illuminating the path towards quality basic education, as enshrined in section 29, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996. This section is not merely a legal obligation. It is a promise to every citizen that education is a right, not a privilege. It is on that note that we are improving school readiness by successfully implementing the National Integrated Early Childhood Development Policy. This has allowed 138,226 children aged 0 to 4 years to access registered ECD programs. We have funded through Department of Education 2,100 registered ECD centers, and we have trained 720 practitioners on the national curriculum framework. Honorable Speaker, we are doing this to lay a solid foundation for emergent literacy and mathematics. We have furthermore invested in the future by having enrolled 40 ECD practitioners at the University of Venda to pursue a Bachelor in Education in Early Childhood Development. This investment is like planting seeds that will grow into a forest of educated minds, ready to tackle the challenges of tomorrow and contributing towards the exceeding of the 2% economic growth target that we are aspiring to achieve by 2029. So, Honorable Speaker, our province has witnessed a remarkable rise in grade 12 matric learner performance, with the overall pass rate soaring from 79.5% in 2023 to 85.1% in 2024. Of course, we want to take this opportunity to once more congratulate the matric class of 2024, which has made us proud as a province and helped us to be counted amongst the top 6 in the country, from having been at some stage permanent resident of number 9 to where we are today. It's no mean feat. And of course, our words of special appreciation must also go to the sterling political leadership by our MEC, Bonya Muope, Muopandara, Mabungu, Rurudi Ramakanya, Kororo Wasongozi, Tabaya Bazanan, Muirafur, Guandalanar. And all her generals, from our acting HOD to the educator in the classroom. This praise is not coming, it's not for free. Our new goal, that's why this praise singing is coming to this sentence. Our new goal is to elevate this pass rate to surpass the current, with aspiration to finally reaching the 90% goal in the long term. In this digital age, we are embracing the 4th industrial revolution by equipping our schools with technology that enhances teaching and learning. This commitment to innovation is not just about keeping a pace, it is about leading the charge into future where our learners are prepared to thrive. The Limpopo Department of Education is also placing focused attention on planning, resourcing, and delivery. They are further designating focus schools that will offer curricula aligned to the economic sector in the province. Prioritized curriculum offerings and alignment will include subject fields such as agriculture, mining, tourism, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The implementation starts now, 2025-2026, with a baseline of 27 focus schools already designed, including 8 schools of agriculture that have been established, with a target of 55 focus schools in the outer year of MTF. School infrastructure development is the final piece of our educational puzzle. We have dedicated to create creating a conducive learning environment by providing adequate classroom, sanitation, and water infrastructure to our public schools. Honorable members, we are proud to report back that we have started with a program of handing over new schools and new blocks of our classrooms. Just the day before yesterday, we were together with the MEC in Sekhukhune district, Elias Motsoaledi, and also Mkurutamaga municipality, heading over state-of-the-art, the Khalaopeng and Mpelecheng primary schools, respectively. I'm told kids in the ECD, MECs are refusing not to go to school. They are demanding to go to school even on Saturday and on Sunday because of the beauty and also the sanitation, those toilets that we have built proudly brought to you by the loving and caring ANC-led government. We will be opening one school at a time until all, understand, at a time until all our schools are conducive for learning and teaching. We are, however, concerned and worried that majority of our infrastructure projects are not completed in stipulated period, leading to project budget escalation and at some stage under expenditure, especially on conditional grants, where money is returned to the fiscus. This is mainly as a result of this so-called construction mafias who stops a project, delay projects while making at times unjustifiable demands. We are calling upon communities to work with their traditional leadership, to work with their relevant departments and municipalities to make sure that communities benefit within the framework of the law when a project is being implemented. At Mpilecheng School in Sekhukhune, according to the principal, she sang praises to the executive mayor and councillors, a worship councillor, Mukhalead, Mahunura, to having intervened. According to the principal, the executive mayor had to come in like a woman, and call all the construction mafias, or this school will be built and it will be finished, and the school was built and the school was finished. So let's do the same. Let's follow. Because this is about the future of our children. The eradication of pit latrines is our priority, and we are on track to address the backlog of 19 schools in the upcoming 2025-2026 financial year. Manana Chipikar, Nangwina ba chaviseki hinkwenu. Lembe leri nga hundza hi tivisile leswaku hi ta tirhisana na nkulukumba Holobye wa Dyondzo ya le Henhla Dokotela Nobuhle Pamela Nkabane, ku katsa na vurhangeri bya Yunivhesiti ya Thekinoloji ya le Tshwane. Vona mchaviseki Yoko Maluleke ku sungula rhavi ra Yunivhesiti ya le Giyani. Manana Xipikara, hi tinyungubyisa hi ri xifundzankulu xa Limpopo hikuva migingiriko yi ya emahlweni ku tumbuluxa rhavi leri. Murhangeri wa rhavi leri u thoriwile, naswona va ri i ta sungula ntirho wa yena n'hweti leyi yi taku ya Nyenyankulu. Hambi swilo tano, hi twa ku vava hikoka leswi yin'wani ya miako ya khale ya college ya Giyani yi onhiwile, leswi lavaku ku ri yi rhanga hi ku lunghisiwa. Swi nga sweswi tidyondzo ti ta sungula lembe leri taku ra 2026 endzhaku ka loko hi ta va hi lunghisile miako leyi. Yunivhesiti leyi yi ta dyondzisa tidyondzo to fana na technology na swa vurimi. Muhlomphei mme Spikara, Mopresidente wa naga Morena Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, nakong ye a etetše lefaseng la borena la Sekhukhune, o file taela go mohlomphei tona ya thuto ya ko godimo gore a šomišane le boetapele bja province ya rena ya Limpopo go kgonthišitša gore college ya tša meepo le mešomo ya botekhiniki ya matsogo e a hlongwa mo lefaseng la borena la Sekhukhune. Ke ka fao re tšereng matsapa a o boledišana le tona ya thuto go phethagatša taelo ya mopresidente. Tona ya thuto ya godimo o tshepisitše gore o tlo simolola ngwaga o wa ditšhelete a thoma lenanego ka o aga community skill center gona kwa Sekhukhune. Re leboga kgošikgolo mmagorena Hlapogadi ka gore le a re thekga kudu mo morerong o mogolo wa go aga college ya tša meepo ka kwa lefaseng la meepo la borena la Sekhukhune. Bahlomphei, morero mongwe o mogolo ke go kgonthišitša gore dikantoro tša selete tša mmušo tša Sekhukhune di tloge mo Lebowakgomo di boele ga botšona. Ka gore e theeletšang ka gore taba
Order, honorable members. Let us not disrupt the premier.
ka gore taba ye ya gore moofisiri go na o tshwana le moofisiri wa tša maphelo a tloge tleliniki ya practiciere go tliša diforomo gore di tlo sainiwa mo seleting sa Capricorn ka mo Lebowakgomo ga se yona. We have therefore resolved to revive the interministerial committee to expedite the relocation process. Honorable Speaker, we need a healthy community to grow the economy. In recent years, we've seen an improvement in life expectancy. This is as a result of our health intervention that are primarily aimed at the enhancing longevity of our people. We have been able to increase the life expectancy of women from the average age of 56.6 in 2001 to the current 68.3. We have similarly been able to increase life expectancy for men from the average age of 52.9 in 2009 and 1 to the current 63.2. This is attributed to our progressive response to management and treatment of infectious disease, mainly the HIV, AIDS, TB, STI, and also malaria. We are, however, concerned about the increase of burden of disease as a result of non-communicable diseases, the so-called lifestyle diseases. We to focus on an awareness campaign targeting all this preventative disease. I want to remind her that she's not the MEC for disease, but the MEC for health. Visit her when you are healthy so that she can advise you to keep healthy. Honorable Speaker, in our quest to continue utilizing advanced technology to accelerate healthcare delivery, we are for the first time as a province in the process of acquiring a positron emission tomography, PET CT scan unit worth 42 million for the nuclear medicine department at Petersburg Hospital. We are on track for NHI. Honorable members, we are now beginning to experience the positive impact of procuring and commissioning ambulances annually. The 6th administration at that time took a resolution that on an annual basis, they will procure ambulances, and that was pronounced by the former premier. We must report as a seventh administration, we are now beneficiary of the work that was done. This is evidenced by the ambulance response time, where in urban and rural response times were now realized at 98.2% and 98.7% respectively. This percentage was never achieved since the dawn of democracy. Our commitment towards 24-hour clinic service can only be achieved by adequate nursing personnel. Hence, we've started with the recruitment processes of 313 permanent professional nurses to run the clinics 24 hours, and also 40 permanent staff nurses. The major concern will remain safety of our staff. Hence, we have directed the MEC to review our norms and standards regarding security at our health facilities. Because when the clinic doesn't operate 24 hours, unfortunately, people who suffer the most, it's the mothers and their unborn child. But people who rape nurses are males. We need to work with our male counterparts, not in your name. You have to assist us. Health is a labor-intensive department, and a successful NHI implementation will not only require medical officers, but also medical specialists. It is for that note that we are directing MEC for Health once more to work with the MEC for Finance of medical officers. On a positive note, we have now seen an improvement and an increase in the number of medical specialists recruited to work in our province. We have now exceeded 160 as compared to when we started in 2017, we were at 20. The construction of the Provincial Central Academic Hospital is progressing to our satisfactory, with progress on site above 23%. This hospital will render high-quality medical treatment for complex cases while developing clinical skills for our medical students. In addition, the hospital is expected to focus on medical research as we strive to advance treatments and develop new medical therapy. Honorable Speaker, 6 months ago, we directed the MEC for Social Development, the MEC for Transport and Community Safety, and also the MEC for Health to lead us in the battle against gender-based violence and femicide. By so doing, we directed them to convene a provincial social crime summit, working in partnership with the South African Police Services. Honorable members, the summit was held successfully. It was attended by more than 200 delegates, representing relevant and wide range of stakeholders. It was held on the first week of December 2024. Resolutions of the summit are now being implemented. The recent brutal attacks on our nurses while on duty and another devastating incident that happens this week of 4 of our students attacked in their residential areas within the Mopani district simply confirms the notion that we have become a capital city of gender-based violence and femicide. It is on that note that we once more direct our MEC, led by the MEC for Social Development, to continue with monitoring and the implementation of these resolutions, which are also focusing on preventing of these crimes. We are calling on our people to desist from the abuse of substances and alcohol, as these are also the contributory factors to a high number of domestic and gender-based violence and femicide, as well as other serious crimes. We are continuing with our efforts to ensure that our province is a safe haven, free from crime. The more reason our law enforcement agencies are on the ground daily fighting crime. We are setting up roadblocks, conducting awareness campaigns, and fighting illegal mining. But we will never win unless society is behind us. Therefore, Madam Speaker, I must also remind you that we have done well with coordination and campaigns on road safety. For that note, I would like to extend our words of appreciation as the Executive Council to members of the National Assembly and the NCOP, not forgetting our executive mayors and also our mayors who heeded our call as the Executive Council to support our Arrive Alive campaigns during festive season. Road safety, it's everybody's business. Road safety is not just a festive season campaign, but an all year round activity. As part of fighting poverty, our Social Development Department is currently implementing social relief programs wherein nearly 8,000 individuals facing hardship due to disasters and other social conditions are currently being assisted. Thank you, MEC Boradziran. On the other hand, Coxta's mandate is clear: to provide housing, access to basic services, and economic opportunity. Out of the 4,555 units target, 4,469 houses units are completed during and are completed, including 54 for military veterans. This outstanding improvement in performance has resulted in additional 500 million allocation for 23-24 and 24-25 financial years. I'm told it was taken from Western Cape. Let's take this opportunity to congratulate MEC Tatana Bioscope Makam. I don't know and your team for turning things around. Well done, MEC, and keep it up. When they don't spend, they will give the money to us. This is indeed an affirmation of Stats SA report that Limpopo performs better than all provinces in providing formal dwelling. Honorable members, the creative industry has become part of our sunrise economy. Our recent successful bid to host Bafana Bafana after a very long time will go a long way, not only encouraging social cohesion, but also positive economic spin-offs for the entire province. We are therefore calling upon all members to be the first one to buy tickets. Executive Mayor Makoro and MEC Maseko, they don't have complimentary tickets. We are all buying these tickets. We will continue to work with the municipality to make sure different sporting codes are hosted within our seat. Honorable Speaker, as an endeavor to protect and preserve our culture and heritage, our province continues to host the Marula and Mapungubye festivals. We shall continue to support, profile, while uplifting the standards of this festival so that they have a national and marketable footprint. In 2 days' time, we will be hosting the annual Marula Festival there by Palamur. As a build-up to this festival, we have held a successful marathon, and the Kuluma Bukanyi, taste of the first fruit of Marula across all our district. Social cohesion has been further bolstered by the celebration of our national days, the Freedom Day, the Africa Day, and also the Heritage Day, which have united our communities in festivities and dialogue. The series of community conversation and multilingual campaigns have not only promoted cultural diversity and indigenous language, but have also forged stronger bonds amongst our citizens, transcending tribal, gender, and racial differences. Our support for arts and culture extends to empowering our creative industries. Over 2,800 artists have been uplifted through a diverse range of events and creative projects. Furthermore, Nearly 1,300 practitioners have benefited from capacity building programs designed to enhance their skills in writing, business planning, and authorship. This investment in our creative talent is a testimony to our belief that arts and culture are a powerful catalyst for economic growth and social regeneration. Honorable Speaker, the participation in social cohesion activities have remarkably demonstrated how much we are one people as a province. It is for this reason that we should steadfastly guard against elements that seek to draw us back to the apartheid and colonial times where people were separated along tribal lines. We do not have room for tribalism in our province. We have dismantled its roots, coming out of inferiority and lack of trust in our ability to build a united and strong Limpopo. We must be proud of the Limpopo we are currently building. Honorable members, our commitment to building a capable, ethical, and developmental state is unwavering. We have coordinated the human resource development programs as well as partnering with SETAs to develop skills across the province. There is a functional Limpopo Skills Development Forum where all SETAs participate. Honorable Speaker, when we ask contributions to our speech on our social media platform, at Changing Things S on X, what the formerly known as Twitter, we still call it Twitter, said, open quote, the people of the province would like to hear the Premier announce that she will prioritize the engineering profession and engineers. BECMA on the other side, on Facebook, also follow with the same trend by saying, I would recommend that the number of CAA, Chartered Accountants Academy posts, be increased from 4 to at least 10 so that the contribution towards the efficient control environment on the provincial entities, including the municipalities, can be enhanced, and for the contribution on the strategy regarding the sustainable and growing business operations of the province. It is for this reason, honorable members, that we shall engage on a campaign to increase rare professions within the province, bring skills back to the province that will help build our economic output and governance. With increased offerings in higher education and vocational training, we are likely to keep most of our young people who are migrating to other provinces. Honorable members, our work is also to make our municipalities perform their duties through support. The district development model have been largely implemented across the province, wherein we have already appointed all our MECs as the district development champions. Similarly, we've begun supporting municipalities by allowing the Executive Council to hold meetings in targeted municipalities in line with the DDM approach. We recently held our extended Executive Council in line with the DDM approach in the Lepelle-Mkumpi municipalities. Honorable members, during our opening of the legislature on the 2nd of August 2024, following a number of complaints regarding dysfunctional Tabazimbi municipality, local municipality, we made a commitment that we will intervene, and in our intervention, we will be decisive. We would like to report that after a successful by-election, a new council has been established, and stabilization processes is progressing very well. And as a provincial government, we are supporting that municipality. The MEC has been there maybe more than twice since the establishment of the new council. Honorable Speaker, service delivery goes hand in hand with clean governance. Investor confidence, is dependent on clean governance. There are pockets of excellence within our municipalities. Honorable Speaker, join us in extending our congratulations to Capricorn District Municipality, led by Her Worship Mbokoto Executive Mayor, Councillor Mamidou P. Tefo. And Waterberg District Municipality, led by His Worship Executive Mayor, Councillor Jack Maeko, for attaining a clean audit. Clean audits, Matso. These are clean audits. Their dedication.
Honorable Premier, let's proceed with the speech.
Their dedication to sound governance and financial accountability sets a commendable example, and we encourage all municipalities to follow their lead in achieving clean audits and strengthening financial management. Additionally, several provincial departments have also achieved clean audits, reflecting good governance and prudent financial oversight. This includes the Office of the Premier, Provincial Treasury, Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, and the Limpopo Legislature, Honorable Speaker. And our entities, the Limpopo Gambling Board, this is quite encouraging that people are gambling in a clean way. Limpopo Tourism Authority and Limpopo Connection. We urge all departments to work diligently to maintain and improve their audit outcomes. Those who have consistently received unqualified audits must remain vigilant, as complacency can lead to regression. We similarly call on all departments and entities to intensify their efforts towards excellence in financial accountability. Let us continue to work together towards a harmonious, progressive, and well-governed province. Honorable members, the VBS debacle remains an albatross around our neck as the provincial government of Limpopo. However, we are elated that the bank's liquidator have so far recovered 617 million. That accounts for 25.6% of the lost money. This is a very good case for a liquidation case, because normally such cases file for less than 5% of the recoveries. Having said that, it is our considered opinion that all the former clients of the bank must receive equitable treatment from the bank's liquidators. The category of clients we are more concerned about includes the Stockfells. We are including Burial Society, not forgetting our individual depositors, especially our grannies, who some of us are no longer with us. Honorable Speaker, hardly a few days ago, Honorable Speaker, hardly a few days after President Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa had recognized the queenship of Her Majesty Queen Masala Navo, the 7th of the Balobedu queenship, it rained and rained and rained. It's still raining. To no end. I'm told, after receiving your invitation to this house, she knew that I have to look nice. The rain will disturb Ape Pula Sieta, Pula Yahem, because she's in the house. This rain from the east covered the whole of Limpopo and went on for the entire January and February 2025. Those of us who understand the legend of the Rain Queen were not surprised as we saw the connection between the heavens and the kingdoms that has been restored to its rightful heir. Congratulations. We will also like to celebrate the remarkable achievement of our Queen Masalanao and congratulate her on passing a grade 12, knowing that there's still room for her to continue with her studies. Let's all support our Queen. Honorable members, once again, we extend our heartfelt congratulations to our Queen Mother, Queen Manyaku Tulare Hlapuhat, on her appointment as the acting king of the Bapedi kingship. We are calling upon all the Bapedi kingdom subjects. Let's support our Queen Mother so that we can see progress in this Sekhukhune land. Kabeiwe bakororo ba masingo ahara mabulana ndiyamba beiwe badhulu bachilwa busiku nitoli chandu ichiswa no lavhelesana pfamo iya to dzhena ḓaka no lavhelesana ari koni ngani u dzula fhasi ra tandula iḽi fhungo shango ḽa kona u lala ra ḓo kona u vhuyedzedza tshirunzi tsha vhuhosi ha vhavenḓa. Honorable Speaker, on assumption of office, we were confronted with a myriad cases of disputes involving traditional leadership. Some cases were in court and others were referred to the Office of the Premier for finalization. As a provincial government, we have begun the process of establishing an advisory panel which will be tasked with addressing disputes amongst traditional leaders. We urge all stakeholders to support this panel, ensuring that disputes are resolved amicably before escalating to the courts. The judge who's here has asked me to tell you that please let's resolve our issues without having to go to courts, and it's possible. Honorable members, as we approach the initiation school season, we have noted irregularities in certain districts where established guidelines are not being adhered to. We call upon all senior traditional leaders who are the custodians of initiation school to strictly comply with the laws that govern initiation practice. The Premier's advisory team will provide a detailed schedule to ensure that initiation schools operate in alignment with the academic calendar. It is imperative that we strike a balance between preserving our cultural traditions, which is very critical, but also ensuring that learners who are our children do not miss out on their formal education. Honorable Speaker, Limpopo is poised to play a significant role in the upcoming G20 meetings, hosting a series of important gatherings that will bring together global leaders and experts to discuss critical issues. Over the course of 2025, Limpopo will welcome distinguished delegations from around the globe, turning our towns, specifically the enchanting Woodspruit and the bustling Polokwane, into lively intersections of ideas and innovations, from agricultural chief scientists meeting to discussions on the digital economy and artificial intelligence. Our province will become a canvas where the brush strokes of collaboration paint a brighter future for all. Imagine each meeting as a seed planted in our communal land. The agricultural chief scientist will sow ideas that can flourish into sustainable farming practices, enriching not only our local farmers, but also ensuring food security for generations to come. The financial architecture working group will cultivate the roots of fiscal know-how, nourishing the economy landscape of Limpopo, enabling it to grow stronger and more resilient. In the realm of tourism, hosting a G20, it's akin to opening the gates of our garden to the world. Each delegate, each guest is a traveler who will uncover the hidden treasures of Limpopo, the majestic landscape of the Kruger National Park and Mapungubwe Heritage Site, the rich tapestry of our cultural heritage and the warm hospitality of our people. As they walk our path and breathe our air, they will share stories of their experiences, becoming ambassadors of our province. This ripple effect will invite more visitors to explore the beauty that Limpopo has to offer. Let us embrace the G20 meetings as an opportunity to showcase the richness and hospitality of Limpopo, a province that is ready to share its bounty with the world. As we prepare our garden for this grand event, let us remember that the fruits of our labor will not just benefit us today, but will also sow seeds of opportunity for our future generations. Honorable members, I would like, as I conclude, to take this opportunity to appreciate the governing party, my political home, my organization, the African National Congress, for having given me the opportunity to serve the people of this province. On behalf of my Executive Council, we would also like to thank the standing and oversight committees of the Limpopo Legislature who have been instrumental in driving and monitoring of our work throughout. We still look forward to their guidance in this 7th administration. We also would like to thank our provincial administration as led by the Director General and HODs, not forgetting our DDGs and all public servants in the province. We thank you in advance because we know you are going to help us achieve the goals in the implementation of the Limpopo Development Plan. I want also to take this opportunity to thank my family, especially my strong pillar, my mother in particular, for her support. It has not been easy at times, but they've always been able to keep up with me. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, Limpopo's transformation is not the task of government alone. It belongs to all of us, the private sector, our communities, and the civil society. We must stand together as co-owners of this new chapter. We call on investors to seize the vast opportunity we are unlocking. We urge our people, whether here at home or across the country and the world, to bring their skills, they must bring their networks, and they must bring investment back to build the Limpopo of our dreams. I thank you. Ndoribua na kensa, kia leboga, baya danki.
Thank you very much, Honorable Premier, for addressing the people of the province. Thank you so much, Honorable Premier. Thank you so much for addressing the people of the province. We shall now call upon the Honorable, the Deputy Speaker, Metebogo Mamrobela, to make the vote of thanks and announcements.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, the Premier, the Chief Whip, Chair of Chairs, the members in the House, our very own Her Majesty, And of course, our acting queen for kingship of Bapedi, na mahosi ya borine, Votobere na Misanda, ndiko varumerisa kano masiare. Today is indeed a great day for the people of Limpopo. The Honorable Premier, Dr. Popi Ramathuba Singo, has set a tone for the provincial government service delivery roadmap for the 7th administration and outlined key strategic focus for the 2025 and 2026 financial year. There are key deliverables outlined by the Premier, which will benefit the citizen of Limpopo. And we want to thank you for that, Honorable Premier. We expect the departments to provide detailed plan of action during their budget speech presentations. Thank you very much, Honorable Premier, for your leadership. We are certain that the people of Limpopo will receive quality services they rightfully deserve. As the Limpopo legislature, we will play our oversight role in ensuring that the people of Limpopo benefit from provincial government programs. I also want to thank you, Honorable Speaker, Makoma Grace Makurupechi, Dr. Grace Makoma Makurupechi. We will certainly invite you. For presiding over this important sitting, the Makurupeche family, we thank you. Limanamela family, we thank you. Would also want to thank my family also, the Mamrovela and the Maifos. Also, let me thank the members of parliament, also the members of NCOP. We thank you, we see you there. The members of Executive Council, who just got further instructions, just now by the Premier, we thank you. And all members of legislature, which here we've got now, because there is a doctor of the Speaker, now we've got 3 doctors here in the legislature of Limpopo. We've got Dr. Cheselane, and we've got Dr. Malivana, and of course our Honorable Speaker, and of course our Honorable Speaker, Dr. Makurupecha, and our very own medical doctor, Dr. Popi Singo, La Ramabran. So we thank you very much, members of this August Out. We also want to thank our leaders, especially our traditional leaders. Of course, our beautiful queens, Votobere na Misanda ya borine, na vakolo robote, rofana vakolo robonya mofe, vachiko rendiyo, richiko to Rebecca number 5. We appreciate your presence. We also want to thank our distinguished guests, our media. Also, we want to thank all of you as you are here today supporting us, the guests of honorable members and their partners, of course. We will also want to express our gratitude to all of you that have graced this occasion, in particular, the staff of Limpopo Legislature being led by our Secretary, Dr. Make. We also want to thank you, the MEC of Public Works, Macherecher. As legislature, we are seeing an improvement. Our legislature, as you enter today, is very clean. You can see our roads are being painted again. Our lights are being restored here. So we want to thank you for everything that you have done. I also heard that the Premier today was sitting in her office for the first time. The office that was last set by the former Premier, Tate Mlot. So we want to thank you for that public works with your team. We also want to thank you, Lepelle Nkumbi Municipality, for everything that you have assisted us.
Emboldened by the overwhelming majority as given by the citizens of Limpopo, the 7th administration hit the ground running, led by the first woman premier. The team is gender and age balanced, consisting of 5 women MECs and 5 males, with the youngest being 36 years old. In the province of Limpopo, there is no service provision program that defines the 7th administration like Dikherekhere Wednesdays. Through intention and attitude, Dikherekhere describes the slogan Dilo di Chenchite as espoused by the Premier of Limpopo, Dr. Popirama Tuba. The program aims to revitalize the province's road infrastructure through blading, regraveling, and debushing. Given that most of the roads are gravel and the provincial purse focusing on the upgrade of roads from gravel to tar is inadequate, this intervention is essential, ensuring that roads remain in good, drivable conditions. The maintenance of the integrated road infrastructure not only ensures safe road usage, but also facilitates socio-economic development in the province. The iconic Steelpoort Steel Bridge showcases the magic of public-private partnership in steering development. The province was able to pool resources in partnership with the following mining companies: Rakoma Mining Resources, Dwarsrivier Chrome Mine, Glencore, Rustenburg Platinum, Semenco Chrome, Boysendal Platinum, Jade Platinum, and Two Rivers Platinum. The new bridge, located adjacent to the old historical steel bridge in Ramalegane village, Skukune district, has become a beacon of optimism for the people of Limpopo. The bridge, which replaces the single-lane bridge into a double-lane two-carriage structure, will bring much-needed relief and ease the traffic congestion that has been a thorn in the lives of residents for decades. The Malekane Bridge is almost completed, and motorists have already started to enjoy the seamless driving experience on the new double-carriage bridge. Achieving a remarkable pass rate increase of 35.1 percentage points makes Hanyane Secondary a symbol of what can be achieved when a school, community, and other educational partners come together. The remarkable transformation of Hanyane Secondary School in the rural village of Hanyane outside Thoyando is making the entire community shine with pride following the release of the 2024 matric results. The school leapfrogged from a 57% matric pass rate in 2023 to 92.1% in 2024. The outstanding improvement was not an overnight success, but rather a collaborative effort by the school governing body, the principal, staff, and the University of Johannesburg's transformative UJ for Societal Impact project, which reimagined and unlocked the school's potential. The 4 billion Rand Provincial Academic Hospital will see residents of Limpopo stop traveling long distance to Gauteng to receive tertiary health services. The 488-bed hospital will provide over 20 services, which will include, among others, all disciplines of surgery, trauma, burns, oncology, gynecology, neonatal care, pediatrics, and emergency medicine. A significant construction progress is noticeable across all boards, and the hospital is on course to meet the 2028 completion deadline. The construction has created several jobs and business opportunities for small and medium enterprises. The state-of-the-art theatre is being built near Bakonimalapa Open Air Museum and will have various facilities, including its own township development, restaurants, a dance studio, bookshop, and library. The modern theatre will have a main hall seating 600, a secondary hall for 200, and is estimated to be completed by February 2026. The Provincial Theatre will be the epicenter for showcasing Limpopo's cultural heritage and talents, as well as advance artistic development and stimulate the economy by creating jobs and business opportunities across different sectors.